Australia's not doing a lot at the moment.
No,
not doing a lot.
So
some of the big issues are getting swept under the carpet because there's not a proper process.
Well, I think since 07, I think our politics have fallen apart, and I think there's a range of reasons for that. But we've got to get something out of this sort of conference.
Nowhere to get coffee, and then you can sit straight inside, and the coffee's all lined up. Fabulous. It's there, ready to go.
That's it.
I understand the priorities at this time of the morning.
Right, good. Very important.
We're hopeful. I mean, there is no guarantee that any meeting of people will amount to any outcome, really. But we see what we can do. Yeah.
And there's a common interest, which is always helpful, isn't it? We start from the same premise that actually something needs to be done.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. But can we find a path amongst us?
Indeed. That's what I say. Thank you.
Democracy in Australia is pretty clearly broken, so a conversation about how to fix it seems to me to be a worthwhile kind of proposition.
The democracy is broken pretty much everywhere at the moment, and so it's not just an Australian issue.
I have to disagree that democracy is broken. I think democracy is under stress, and I think it needs reform, but I don't think it's broken in that sense.
Okay, so what's the distinction between under stress and broken? Where would you see breakages?
Under stress is that fewer people are satisfied with democracy, fewer people have trust in politicians. Most people support the principle of democracy, they see political parties as being important, but they want to see reform in the process to bring back trust.
I think most people are just very disengaged with the political system. A lot of people just don't have faith in politicians to get things done, myself included really. So I was just very interested in being able to participate in what would hopefully be a generative discussion about how to create better public trust in democracy and political systems in Australia. There definitely are a lot of people in kind of from one set demographic, so it's going to be very interesting. A lot of older white people from richer backgrounds, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can actually come to an agreement on some things.
Okay, so I just want to get a sense of who we are in the room and that sort of thing. And don't stress, I'm not going to make you touch anybody or hug anybody or anything like that. There may be people in the room who are ex-politicians. There might be not-for-profits. You might be from the media realm.
It's one thing to talk about the problems of the political class, but we are part of that problem, or we are perceived to be, because this is an overwhelmingly Anglo-privileged group, highly privileged, and to be setting out a set of high-minded principles, albeit they'll be practical and meet all of these criteria, then I think we will invite even more contempt. So I think we have to recognise that there are many it's not just the disconnect between what we all think about how our liberal democracy should be operating more effectively. It's about the very considerable gap between everyone in this room and a lot of the rest of the Australian polity.
They're all fighting. They're always shouting at each other. They're always arguing. They never make decisions. People don't understand it. It's an adversarial system, and particularly turns people off. And it's reinforced by the way the media do present stories. No shades of grey. It's good guys, bad guys. Great ideas, terrible ideas. It's not. There's no in between. There's no subtlety to reporting. So that's one of the biggest challenges to change the system. So it's really the cultural thing as well. And I say that as as one of the bad people in the system.
Yeah. Even the fact that there are people who perhaps are not the kind of people that I would think I could share opinions with, it hasn't quite turned out that way. So it's been much better than I thought in terms of actual people saying, okay, well, let's actually have an honest conversation about why we think these things.
But in the end, even if it doesn't always work, bipartisan.
Yeah, but I think it happens anyway. At the end is to get yourself a committee to make the decision for you.
It's much easier. Well, if we're doing that, why are we having this conference?
Because we've complicated the system that no one can make any decisions anymore about anything.
So what's
one of the risks is that we complicate it.
What's your solution? What are you advocating? You've told us the problem.
Australia was probably the most active democracy in the world at that time. And women, well, I mean, we had women. First of all, we got women into the voting system before the other countries. We had a theory for the whole country, part of which was racist, of course, but it was a theory. They had a whole framework of thinking.
So that's like a pool.
It's a subset. It's just the way the parliament works today.
It's just a complex version of a prisoner's dilemma where it's multi-party with multiple interests.
How's it going to improve decision making? I think it's a great idea.
I mean, what I would do, I can tell you. I can tell you what I would do.
Have we been taking notes? That's getting
Engagement first.
I don't think we've agreed anything.
The short heading is engagement.
Okay. I think we should move on to this.
Okay. Arbitration, White Australia.
Okay, gentlemen, I think we're off the track, if I may. I think fascinating conversation. There is no simple answer.
We've diluted the capacity of decision makers to actually make a decision, so they don't.
But Ted, that's not a blockage problem. That is a leadership problem.
Yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
The head of the department.
No, we created an artificial.
The head of the department did not take on the half dozen villains who are engaged in that activity. Absolutely.
What's the outrage word when governments attack oppositions or oppositions attack governments?
Disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
Oh, well
That's
done.
it. Disgraceful.
Well practiced.
Disgraceful. G'day, Carson.
This is Stephen.
Jeff, good to see you. Nice to meet you.
I think the problem is threefold. It's about what democracy looks like in terms of the space and the structure. It's about the process of how decisions get made. But it's also about having informed citizens. It's an ecosystem. You can't focus on one thing in particular, but the way to fix it is if we have more informed citizens, you'll instantly start getting them more involved in the process and perhaps lead to more long-term decision making about what our democracy looks like. So we need to start with the citizens.
She'll do it in a minute.
Carol. And what you end up having is compromise, essentially.